Now for the next stage in the I don't care knife, we're going to put a lanyard hole here on the end, and I'll tell you why we'll do that in a minute. Nothing fancy, just something that I can put a piece of paracord through. And this is why. If you've noticed this blade I carry sometimes when I'm wading, swimming, fishing in the canoe, it has a lanyard on it. And by the way, that's a snake knot. You can look that up on the internet. And the reason that I have a lanyard is I put bright colored paracord through it, and it's so I can find it easily when I lay it down. Like if I lay it down for, if I'm on the creek bank or I'm in the woods and I'm doing a deer or something, if I lay that thing down, and I don't have that orange paracord, it could easily, with my dark blade, because it's going to turn dark, it's not real shiny, it's high carbon steel. So unless I've just cleaned it up recently, it's not going to be shiny, and that thing will blend in with the forest floor, and I'll have trouble finding it, especially at night. But now, voila, if I put that orange paracord on there, then I'm to a place where I can find it. Okay. Now I built that one. That's I don't care knife, but I've had that one over 10 years, and so here's the thing. I have made, using these blades, I have probably made 50 knives that I have given away. And the guys, we're talking about guys who use their knives now, guys who are gutting deer, skinning deer, processing deer, they swear by these knives. Okay? They swear by them. They say they're good, they do a good job, they stay sharp, and they're tough knives. The blades are tough. I don't know of one that's ever broken that I've made. Okay? Now, could you, if you cut it way down, real short, yeah, it might could break, because it wouldn't have as much length there to flex. But all in all, that's been a good. I've carried them on, backpacking trips or bushcraft adventures, survival, semi-survival, whatever you want to call them, and they've not let me down. It's a good quality blade. Okay. So this is where we're at. We've got the handle shaped, got the lanyard. What I'll do now is I'll run that through. I'll sand that with, maybe start out with 80, then go to 150, then go to 220, then go to 320, and smooth it out a little bit before I put some. I'll put some stain on there, and then I'll put some protectant on there. Alright, I think I'm ready for the next step, which is going to be making the sheath. We're going to make a sheath for this, and we're going to make a sheath out of PVC. That fits pretty good right there. This is Schedule 40, 3/4 inch PVC. And all that's required, I cut about I think this was an 8-inch piece, and I heated it up in a little toaster oven. That's all I've done. But you can see this thing is locked in there. Now all I have to do is do a little sanding work on this one. Drill a couple of holes for the belt loop. And it's going to be one of those that hang on your belt. Okay? But it locks in. And when I take that tape off there, it's really going to fit even better. I'm having to force it right now. I think that's going to work, fellas. I think it's going to work. So hang in here with me. Now notice one thing about my buffing wheel. I built this primitive guard on there, and the reason is if this wheel grabs a blade, it's going to sling it. Okay, it's going to go bouncing off anywhere in here, and I don't need a knife stuck in me because I lost grip on it right here. Okay, so if it's going to hit this, or either come back all the way around and hit this right here, it won't come back at me. So that's just a safety measure. It's not a big deal with this one because I don't have a guard on it, but now, that's what we're looking at so far. Feels good in the hand. Did a lot of work with it. Alright, one more thing I'm going to do before I work on the sheath. So, still waiting on this PVC to heat up. And I got to thinking about this. Right, so this is a knife that I'm working on right now. It's actually been in progress for a while, and it's got the blade cost me about $16, $18. Of course, I've got it covered up. It's from Knives of the North, and then I've got several woods, and well, I've got some cherry wood and some antler and leather spacers in the handle, plus I've got the brass guard. So the reason I like these little knives that I'm making right here is I don't want to carry this on the river in my canoe when I'm trying to canoe, fish, and navigate the water, and I might pull this out and get sidetracked, get distracted and drop it overboard. Because this is, I would sell this for $125 most of the time, or either keep it and use it myself. Now, hunting's a different world. I don't mind carrying it when I'm hunting because I'm not worried about dropping it in the woods. I can use a backtrack myself and find it if I do. But in a boat, it's a little bit different. Whether I'm in a canoe or whether I'm in my flat bottom boat, I want something that I'm not worried about all the time. I want something that's good, something that I can use. All right. I like to carry these like when I'm catching the white bass in the spring and we're catching a lot of fish. I go ahead and cut the gills when I catch them. That way they'll bleed out and they won't lay there and suffer while in the cooler. So they'll go ahead and bleed out. Well, I think we may be ready. Excuse my shop. My shop is just really a mess, I know. So I want this thing to almost be to the end. And I'm going to clamp it down about where right there. And then I'm just gonna let it cool like that. And when it cools, it gets back hard. That should be like almost like a Kydex sheath. And then I've just got to shape it a little bit, sand the edges, buff the edges, and then paint it whatever color you would like to have on that. And then you have your knife. You'll have something like this right here, which, like I said, this is over 10 years old. It's a piece of PVC pipe. It's been all over. I wear it when I'm swimming, like in the river. I wear it when I'm wading, so it gets wet. As long as I dry it off, you might put a light coat of oil on the blade. This knife, well, you can see. Right now, I can take a Scotch-Brite pad to that blade, and I can shine it up a little bit. But for my purposes, I'm not worried about it being shiny. I'm not worried about a shiny knife. I'm worried about I want a knife that works for me. I want a working knife. I want something I can cut deer with. All this pretty knife stuff's for the birds. It is. It's ridiculous. Talk about a pretty knife. I want a pretty knife. Most people that want a pretty knife have never used a knife. They don't. Hope that's going to work out. If not, if I fail this time, I will try again.